Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I know it's not a booktube video. Um, I think I'm not gonna do those videos for a while, but I took some time off from studying in order to just do a little bit of a paint with me together with you guys today. So I'm hoping that you'll like what I've prepared for you. The concept that I am painting today is Sailor Moon actually, and it's inspired by this screen cap. Drawing this concept, I was actually inspired after watching my favorite YouTuber and painter of all time, Mr. Loops. Shout out to you. Thank you so much for inspiring me to do this um, concept or challenge, I think. So, as he has said in his video that it was actually a challenge last year to draw Sailor Moon in your own style. So, I'm drawing it in my own style also. And while I was doing this piece, I actually learned a lot from myself. I've actually learned that I've quite improved in some color schemes, and I owe it to Mr. Calagoops because he was such an inspiration um, in just motivating me to improve on my art. So he has this tutorial that you can always check out if you want to learn how to paint faces or just paint with watercolor and some techniques. So I'll just link his channel below so that you can check him out. So what I want to do today is just to do a watercolor painting of my favorite character of all time. She's Sailor Moon. I haven't actually seen the new generation of Sailor Moon animation, but when I was a kid, it was really big at that time. Um, I just want to talk about how I started art because of Sailor Moon. So, when we were kids, my sister taught me how to paint first and do art while bringing inspiration from the book entitled The Little Prince. So the book had this really nice, beautiful paintings of the little prince and his adventures throughout the book. Up until now, when I give gifts to my friends, I always make them read Little Prince because it inspired me so much to bring about such imagination into this world, that it taught me the importance of thinking outside the box. During my second grade, there was a channel in our local television, and they only showed anime I think it was every Saturday afternoon, and they showed Sailor Moon on it. When I first saw the animation, it was, oh my god, what is this thing? It was such a wonderful surprise, and such a wonderful discovery to me, that I was so motivated to draw her every day and also paint her every day. I wasn't much into watercolor back then, but I did what I could in order to practice how to draw her face, how to draw her eyes. You know, the big trendy eyes that you had back then when you had a Japanese animation. And so drawing Sailor Moon actually just motivated me to improve on my art. So I really didn't have any formal training in painting or even in art. So I'm self-taught and an actual hobbyist. So my job is really different from what my art is.
Anywhere you go, you belong. Anywhere you said, anywhere.
My favorite part of doing this project is seeing it all together and editing the video. I've also learned that I've improved on some of my techniques in watercolor painting. I've always loved using watercolor, even if I've used numerous mediums like gouache and acrylic. Watercolor gives me the sense of, freedom to manipulate such colors. It's a very flexible medium wherein you can push around the colors and the hue of the art that you want to do. So I think using watercolor is such a magical thing if you learn the hang of it. After drawing a lot of Sailor Moon, I was really into doing shoujo anime. The likes like Fushigi Yuji, and among other things. It was a really trendy anime back at the time, and I remember I had this logbook. It's not really a sketchbook, but my mother gave it to me so that I could just like draw and draw and draw and practice those anime faces. So up until I was in high school, I drew still in the style of anime, and it was a very big influence on how I do my art right now. And so I think it was 2 years, 3 years ago, wherein I drew against Sailor Moon after how many years, and I really didn't like it. It was kind of an amateur attempt, and I don't really want to show it here. But it taught me to just motivate myself to practice if I had time, and always improve on your craft. I think the most challenging part of making these pieces was filming it, actually, since this is my first time to edit um, while doing my paintings. I've actually been doing my art for a long time, but I've never attempted filming it because it's one of the most tedious thing that I can do. Um, but I had free time on my hands, and I wanted today to be my break before I go back to study again. So I just sucked it up and just filmed it because I just really want to see if I could do such videos, and I think I did okay, probably. What I do to enhance the background here is just putting on white gouache paint as stars, and also I've applied a technique that I've also learned from watching a lot of YouTube videos. You know, tapping your brush and then watching the paint just drip off the paper like stardust. It's so fun to do, actually. And then you can also paint over streaks of comets. So here I'm just doing the line work, which is before, when I painted watercolor and I was just learning, I used to do the line work first before I painted it over, but now I do it the opposite way around. I paint and then I do the light, the lights on the art. So it's much more, how do you say that, vivid. This is just me enjoying the final part of my video, which is pulling out the tape or scraping off the tape of the artwork. It's one of my favorite parts as I finish and just look at my piece and then just try to be calm about it. And there you have it. Thank you so much for sharing your time with me today and painting with me or just watching the video itself. I really appreciate it. I hope to see you again soon and stay safe. And if you like my content, just hit the subscribe button. Bye!